If you are done, you can take your white thread off of your needle, but just keep it to the side because you can use that for your flowers later. And you can get your green off of your bobbin. So it might be just tucked under the white there. So I'm going to just untangle the white. So I can get to the green. So the green, you've got, again, lots of thread. I wanted to make sure you had more rather than less. So I piled it on for you, and we'll need quite a bit. So you can do the same trick again using your arm's length and then double that. I think it's a good length to go for. Otherwise it gets too tangly. So you can see we've got lots and lots of green left over, so that's good. We'll probably need to change our thread at least once because we are going to go all the way around our cactus with the overstitch. So you can just put your white thread to the side. There we go. So if you get your other piece of cactus plant, just try to line that up there. I cannot fit the whole thing on the camera. Oh well. Just put your two pieces together there. I might have to just raise it up a bit. There we go. Perfect. So we're going to put our two pieces together and get our needle threaded with some green thread. So get the end of your needle, put your thread through, and then tie a knot at the end. Perfect. I'm pretty sure the cactus emoji is one of my favorites as well. Oh, I've had so much, like, it's good. There's good emojis for every one of our sewing projects, except the owl one is a bit brown, so it's a little bit like not as exciting as the little cute mouse or the cool little cactus as far as like emojis that match the sewing projects. But yeah, I love that you're using the cactus. All right, so if we're ready to start sewing around, we're going to use the overstitch, which some of you might know already. If you're a lefty, like me, we're going to start on this side, and we'll leave the bottom open for doing the fluff. If you're a lefty, we'll work our way around this side. If you're a righty, it's probably more comfortable to work your way around. Cactuses all around. Work your way around this way. This is the trickiest bit, so I'll explain when I get there how to do that bit, because that tends to be the area when I've taught this workshop in the past. That's usually where we need to do a bit of cactus surgery at the end of the workshop. So we want to make sure our stitches are really close together when we go into this little area. Otherwise, that one's pretty good. Otherwise, you can get a little bit of stuffing sticking out there. So that's the problem area. So just wait till we get there. So if you're I'll just do it right-handed to start. So we open up our little cactus. Because it's a really big piece, I tend to just leave it on the desk rather than picking it up so that the pieces stay like together and lined up. So I'm just going to pick up in the corner and thread through just one layer of the felt. And we're going to tuck in the knot so it's all hidden. And then you can pick up both layers now. And the overstitch is really simple. All you need to remember is to go up through both layers. Oops, I've cut some scissors. One sec. Up and pull. We're going to go a little bit further ahead. Up and pull. So you don't want to do them too close together, but also not too far apart. So I usually, these ones are a little bit closer than like the grain of rice up here because we don't want our stuffing to fall out. But I usually see with kids, they either do it really spaced out or really so close together that it will take you 20 years to sow your cactus. So just try to keep like an equal distance. If you can see that they're not too close, there's a little gap between each one. And we're just going to work our way around the cactus. So just lift it up and go up from the bottom and pull. And if you get a little thread twist, it usually can be pulled out quite easily. So just ask your adult to help you if you get a little twist. There we go. There. And we go up from the bottom and pull. Up from the bottom and pull. If you're a lefty, you'll do the same thing. I'm also left-handed. So you just go up from this corner and then you'll hold both sides and go up from the bottom and pull. And you'll just work your way around in the other direction. So we're going to keep going. This will like take the longest. So if you're just starting the green, like don't worry. I like to chat, so you can always just let me know how it's going. If I need to go slower, which is usually the case, just let me know. But I'm just going to keep going around. Always remember up from the bottom and pull. And this is such a good stitch. If you do more workshops with me, you'll see we use it in basically every workshop because it's the best stitch to make like little plushies and little anything that's stuffed. It's a really good stitch to hold all the stuffing inside the felt. So it tends to be the stitch we use for anything going around like the border of something or the outside edge. And you can use it in so many ways. If you do sewing on your own as well, anything you want to stuff, I would use this stitch. There we go. I've got to a little corner, so I'm going to make sure I get one stitch right in the corner and keep going around. So up from the bottom and pull. And when you get to one of the little cactus fingers, you could just hold it together and keep going around. Up from the bottom and pull. I think by the end of all of these workshops, I'll be very, very good at sewing right-handed. It feels so awkward. Up from the bottom and pull. There you go, up from the bottom and pull. Up from the bottom and pull. This is the part, it's totally okay if you want to put on your kitchen radio or something because it's the longest step to sew around the cactus. So put on some nice music. Keep going around. So I'm getting closer to that middle section. Just Just work my way around this little. If you need to move it around as you go. So now I'm going to come around this side. We're just going to keep working our way around the cactus. There we go. And we're going to keep going down. So I'm nearly at this little corner here. So I'll explain. The only trick to it is to just keep your stitches like a little bit closer together than we were doing on the other parts of the cactus. So I'll just start to make them a little bit closer together and make sure you get a stitch right in the corners. So I switch to my other hand now. So you make sure you get your stitches right in the corner, maybe do a couple in each corner so that it's really secure. And another couple in this corner. There we go. I just want to make sure we are not going to lose any fluff in the middle there. So you can just keep going around. And when your thread gets a little bit short, I will show you. Does anyone need to change their thread yet? I'll show you how to change it. It's a little bit different if you're changing it on the edge. See, okay, I'll show you now. So when you need to change your thread and you're on the edge, what you're going to do is just go up from the bottom like you would a normal stitch. And just like before, make sure you don't get looped around your cactus here. You'll just sew through your loop and it creates a little knot. So just do that twice up from the bottom. But instead of pulling, just sew back through the loop. Okay, at least you found your needle. Perfect. We just did one. All right, so hopefully that's good. So just do 2 of those little knots. And then I leave a little bit of a longer tail and just tuck it on the inside as best you can so it doesn't stick out. Tuck it on the inside and get a bit more thread here. So I did a couple samples to just make sure I had enough thread. So hopefully everyone's got enough thread to go around their cactus. So when you do your knot, just wrap it once around your finger, roll it off and pull to make your knot. And then to start again, you just open it up like the little sandwich and you just go up from the top, just in that top layer, and that hides your knot on the inside. And then just keep going around. Just like that. And we're going to go up and pull. Up and pull. Just keep working your way around your little cactus. And just make sure you're always catching both layers of the felt. Otherwise we'll have a little hole. Sometimes we have to do a little bit of surgery after, depending how it goes. You can always sew up any little holes at the end. So up from the bottom and pull. And just rotate your little cactus around if you need to. Up from the bottom and pull. There we go. So up from the bottom and pull. And just keep going around. So I'm going down now the last side of my cactus. If you're feeling tired, we are nearly there. If you need to like shake out your hands a bit, it's quite a lot of overstitch, isn't it? Oh, really making you work hard today for your project. Just keep going. Just like, what's that fish called? Just keep swimming. Dory in the ocean. Just keep going. There we go. So anytime you approach like a little corner, just make sure you get your needle right in the corner. Make sure you don't get a little hole. So there we go. And make sure it's always like lined up and flat. Get a drink of water if you need one, no problem. We're just going to keep sewing down the last part of your cactus. So just always remember up and pull. You will be an expert in the overstitch by the end of this project. There we go. So up and pull. Up and pull. So when you get to the end, I've got quite a bit of thread left over. I think I might be able to keep that on to sew the rest of it. If you need to change your thread again, just change your thread. But don't worry, you just go at your own pace. So if you've made it all the way around your little cactus, we're going to get ready to stuff it. So just work your way down to the bottom edge here. And there's a trick to stuffing our little cactus. So we're going to use sheep's wool.